Lip service.
What's up? It's Lip Service, and it's a girls' talk day today. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
I'm L'Oreal.
And we have two special guests today. Their names both start with an A. Astra.
Hey.
And Ashley.
Hi.
This is Ashley's first time doing something like this, so
Yes.
we're going to be nice to her. But you actually have a spa, Up Spa.
Yes, Up Spa on the Upper East Side.
Yes, in Manhattan. That I think Gigi and I have been there. Mm-hmm. Have you been there, Steph?
No.
Avian's been there? Okay. Yep. But not everyone's been there. But it's a beautiful spa.
Thank you.
I had a facial there. I had a
one
massage.
of the best massages I've ever had in my life.
Oh, really?
I still talk about that massage. I need to come back and get it.
We know it's good because we seen that massage you had on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
So.
Did you get a happy ending, Gigi?
No, I did not.
Oh, man.
Womp, womp, womp. And Ashley's here. She's actually one of my co-workers at iHeart. She's on KTU, so you can check her out there. Welcome to the family, Astra.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
So we always start with the tip of the day, and I'm glad we have you here, Ashley, because you guys also do vajacials.
Yeah, vajacials. We're very well known for our vajacials.
So explain what a vajacial is, because some people weren't sure.
So a vajacial is like a facial for your vagina. Mm-hmm. Basically, you know, I started my career in waxing, and so I've seen thousands and thousands of vaginas, and in doing so,
Nasty
some of my
ones,
clients...
So has my boyfriend.
No, shut up.
my boyfriend.
So has all our boyfriends.
I bet you I have seen more vaginas than both of your boyfriends. Oh. But in seeing so many of them, I get to know many women, and I also get to know their vaginas. And a lot of women have different problems in their vaginas.
So I hear.
Yeah, some of them have ingrowns, which is something that's very common. But some people have dark spots. Some people have dry skin. Some people sweat a lot. Some people even get acne in their vagina.
Wow.
Right. And so, you know, this is not something that you will go to the gynecologist for because it has to do with your skin. And a lot of women don't know that you should have a skincare regimen for your vagina. So after seeing clients for so many years, I started doing experiments with them. Like, let's say if you have acne on your vagina, I'll ask you what you're using. Or,
How do you know it's not herpes?
Yeah,
Right.
That
so
sounds like
the difference
herpes.
between acne and
blisters.
herpes.
How can you tell?
You can tell the difference between a blister and acne. I have seen both.
Wait, I'm sorry. So you went to go give waxes before and somebody has had like a herpes
outbreak?
wart or
I don't
bump?
know if it's herpes or not. Honestly, I don't think if a woman had like a herpes outbreak, they would come for a
I
wax.
bet you they would.
They say a lot of people that have herpes don't even realize they have it.
Right. So if I do see something ever that looks a little suspect,
Herpes-ish?
yeah, I'm like, oh, you know, do you know you have something down here, a blister or whatever? And if they don't know and I'm bringing it to their attention, I let them know that maybe they should go to the doctor.
Holy moly.
So you
something
won't
like that.
wax it
But it's
anymore,
very
like
rare.
it's-
I won't wax
like,
over
no,
that
bitch.
area, no.
But you do around it.
I would.
A blister.
Yeah.
Tell me you use gloves.
Yeah, we always use gloves.
Okay.
I have never ever like directly touched a
No.
vagina ever.
Why am I so disgusted?
I wouldn't think you would.
I'm like so disgusted.
Now, you know what? I've heard stories about women getting like turned on when they get...
No,
That's never
well, I never. It actually, I mean, to me, it's like paperwork.
Ashley, I'm sure. What if a woman was like...
I don't know. I'm not into women at all.
But I'm saying they might be into you. So
Yeah, like
nobody's...
that.
Well, no
Not
one
you
has
getting turned
ever.
on, them getting turned on.
Yeah, the girl, you ever
No
had
one
a
has
girl
ever-
like pull up on you and be like, okay, I'm ready.
But can you tell like her pussy's wet? Like if she is getting
my
wet,
God, yeah.
can you tell that her pussy is getting
I've
wet?
definitely seen women leak a little bit while they get wet.
Discharge.
Is that discharge or is that?
Some women? I
moisture?
feel like some women sometimes can just be just a little bit more wet than other women.
That's true.
I've seen a lot of things.
Or
I've
some
seen
women can just be a little bit more aroused by your blonde tresses.
I know that's
What if they
right.
were like, Ashley,
Other women.
what if they were like, it'll hurt less if you stick your finger in me? Oh my
and rotate it.
Into it.
No, we are very professional. And I have even worked with other waxers because I've trained a lot of waxers as well. And I've even worked with other waxers who were lesbians. And I've asked them, like, it doesn't turn you off, like, after waxing so many women, like, you still want to, like, put your face in a vagina? And they're like, yeah, like, I don't look at it like that. And I get it, because for me, it's like paperwork. Like, some people do paperwork. Like, you know, some people are actors. And I was waxing. So
Can you,
to
have
me,
you
it
ever
looks
waxed a guy?
No. I've waxed a guy's like
guys-
back, stomach, chest, but not like his penis, no. But when I first started and I was training, there was a gay guy who I was waxing and I was training on him. And when the trainer kept leaving the room, he kept pulling his penis out. And he was like, I need you to wax this because my boyfriend. And I was just like, I don't even know how to do it yet. Like, I'm learning. And I was just so nervous. And every time the trainer left the room, he kept pulling out his thing. And I was just like, yo, like.
He wasn't gay.
I was like, no, he was gay. He was very feminine. And he was like, please, I know I don't want to get you in trouble, but just put it right there. And I was like, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. I don't know what I'm doing.
And not just by waxing.
No, you know what was the weirdest thing for me? And I've waxed a lot of vaginas. The only one time, like, I was really, like, weirded out a little bit. I did have one woman who was kind of like a hermaphrodite, you would call it, like with like a.
Oh my God!
Yes.
What did that look like?
Her clitoris looked like a little baby penis.
Oh, we know somebody like that. Shout out to Kelly
But that's-
Provocateur.
Right, but that's not really okay. She has a enlarged clitoris.
Yeah.
No, but it looked like it was not
So
just her
does hers.
clitoris.
Yeah, it
it
looks
was
like a
like
dick.
it was like a penis. Like it was
Yeah.
long. It was like a
Oh,
penis.
Jesus.
But she still had a vagina, and you could tell she was a little self-conscious about it. So I just, I always try to. I have different ways to make my clients feel comfortable.
Right.
So I was just like, oh, girl,
I've
so
seen a
how
ton
was
of
your
these.
week? Like,
Right.
You're like, okay, move your penis to the side.
You're like, lucky you, girl, best of both worlds.
So how's that dick? I mean, day. How's your day?
Now, we always usually start with the tip of the day. So for the tip of the day, I want everybody to give a vagina tip that you have. Because clearly Ashley is advising that we need vajacials, right? So what's some other tips that you can give to make your vagina beautiful? I was reading an article about people that have loose pussies. No, it's like a real problem, and people have to do like vaginal rejuvenation.
I'm sure.
Yeah, one woman says she had 4 kids, and like it's not the same, and she tries to have sex with her husband, and she can't feel anything.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
Well, like if you had a fist up there before, I'm sure you probably need some new shit to do
it'll
with
probably
it.
snap back
Yeah, it's
from a fist.
From a fist?
But
Damn.
Fist thing,
the baby can come out of there, But she had 4.
But it's
so.
coming out. That's like going in. I mean, I know it's the same, but at least I feel like it's sucking back in after it comes out. But when you're like punching something up there, I feel like, nah, there ain't no coming back from that. You can always stick a fist or something.
Vagina is an amazing thing.
It's a muscle and it contracts. So I think you can.
So then why is there loose pussies then?
You got to do
Some people-
Kegels,
I heard
Kegel
some
exercises.
people have wide set vaginas where their vagina is just wider.
So you was born with a big pussy. Not you, but the person. Yeah.
And then there are some people who have very small.
Right. But I guess she's saying after having 4 kids, I guess, I don't know what happened, but she just...
Like, I have a friend who claims that her pussy is so tight that she had to get a C-section because it wouldn't open up enough.
Stephanie, you don't believe that?
I don't.
Yeah,
But you know
she was
what?
like, with both her kids, she had it. Well, with the first one, you know what? Once you get a C-section, then you got to get a C-section. But she said with her first baby that she just wasn't wide enough, so they had to give her.
But that dick got up in there, bitch, and that
A
fucking
dick and a
sperm
baby is 2 different
said
things.
like this too.
She just wasn't. She wasn't strong enough with the pushes. You gotta really go for it with the pushes.
You know what, though? I was watching that show, Gigolo, and they did have a woman whose vagina, it was painful for her to have sex.
Oh yeah, he talked about it when he came. Yeah.
So it is possible.
Yes. But remember, and what's his name? My favorite person that we interviewed, Premium Pete.
Oh. He was looking for you.
Favorite.
Yeah, he had an issue with a woman.
And yeah, he said that he could only do anal with her because she had just 2 inches worth of vagina space.
Oh, which is worse.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which is worse.
Don't you got
crazy.
2 inches worth of asshole too? Like how does that work?
Nah, some guys get things up there. You can't have 2 inches worth of asshole. Some of them put bottles up there.
A bottle?
Now that's bottle service.
I seen a bottle up a pussy before in like a porn, but I've never seen a bottle up an ass.
I seen an X-ray. My aunt is actually a nurse in the emergency room. She showed me an X-ray of a guy who came in because he was masturbating with a bottle, and the air suctioned up his ass, and he had to go to the emergency room to get the bottle taken out.
I hate when that happens.
Oh my God, was this a hospital like in the West Village or something?
It
Damn.
was in Manhattan. Yes, it was in Manhattan.
She knew it. What was his
I
budget?
grew up in Chelsea.
What kind of bottle was it? What was he
It
drinking?
was a Corona bottle.
In in the X-ray, it looked like a beer bottle. Like, it was like the shape
I
of a
thought
beer
that would have been
bottle.
Atlanta.
Stephanie and Gigi just had all the answers.
I went
They knew where it was. They knew what kind of drink it was.
I knew it had to be somewhere here.
But wait, I got a question for you. What if a girl smells down there? What do you do? How do you make them feel comfortable?
Oh yeah.
Potpourri.
How does she make you feel comfortable?
Jeez.
Have you ever been giving a wax and you could like smell a little BV?
A little bit, a little bit.
Shit, I just keep doing my job.
Yeah, most women who come for waxing are very clean. They're very well-kept women because you could just go and shave, but you taking the next step to take care of yourself. And I will let you know, like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to come back. Maybe next time. I will. I can refuse anybody I want to. Right. So, most of the women who come are very clean.
So you don't have this problem?
No, but some women do sometimes have a natural smell. Like, like some people, just smell like must.
Yeah.
So you could tell that they just got out the shower because they also smell like they just got out the shower, but then they got a little like underarm smell even in the Brazilian area. So some people do have that, but we use powder. Right. I clean it also before I wax it. Like I use a little
I don't
cleanser.
want my vagina to smell like underarms.
So that takes me to what my tip would be, back to the tip of the day question. Mm-hmm. My tip would be to use
wet wipes.
No, well, once you're out the shower and then you're lotioning up, to use a little bit of deodorant in between the creases.
I do the same thing.
I've never done that.
So I do the same thing. So you don't sweat.
So you don't have that musty.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that.
I do that too. Mm-hmm. But you got to be careful because you don't want to get it too close.
No, you put it in between
and
the crease and the outside.
Exactly.
In the outside thigh, the bikini line.
I do that.
That's like a replacement of powder.
But powder, they said, is bad for you because
cancerous.
Yes, cancerous.
I mean, everything.
What do y'all do about that? Because y'all use powder.
We do use powder because it stops people sweat down there a lot, and it helps with smell and things like that. So I do use powder every time that I wax. I don't know how cancerous, it could be. It's not.
I think it was
in the vagina.
Shower. Yeah, it was that shower to shower shit.
Yeah. And it's not like it stays on there. We put the powder directly before the wax. By the time we pull the wax off, the powder comes off. It's not like it stays and absorbs or goes inside the vagina.
Right.
So.
No, but you said the vagina facial.
Mm-hmm. The J show.
The vagina show.
You said that you guys have like some kind of treatment to help that for a girl who like sweats, because that's from sweat, the musty smell, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't stop someone from sweating.
Okay, so you don't have any like a treatment that would help that?
Not with sweating, no.
So the vagina is more for like ingrowns and...
Yeah, but like let's say you're sweating so much that it's giving you cystic acne in your Brazilian. Oh, no. Right. We'll give you a mask, or sometimes we use high frequency on it. High frequency sometimes, I don't know if you've ever got a facial, it's like that little electric, it gives electric current. Mm-hmm. And what it helps to do is, as the electric current is going over your skin, is penetrating underneath your skin, it can actually turn the sebum that turns into acne, like the oils that turn into acne, it can start to dissolve them. So if we use that there, it will start to dissolve those oils into a gas. And over a couple days, your acne will start to subside because it will start to kill it off.
Oh, God bless the woman that has acne.
Listen, I've been trying to get back to get a vajayjay
so
since
sorry.
I went to the up spot before, and now you're just all the way talking me into it.
We all coming to get a vajayjay. Let's be clear. And we're going to come talk about it.
You're like, I don't
Ashley, you got a damn tattoo on your ankle in Thailand with a hammer.
That's not
Third
my
world
vajayjay.
You know what?
I hate going to the gyno. I can't.
But wait, hold on. You had a tattoo with a hammer or something.
Yeah, that's what you just told us.
It's a bamboo stick. They like knock it in.
You can get your vagina steamed.
I've never even got a waxing. That's just
You've never got a wax
I'll shave
before?
to death.
Oh, no, you need a wax.
Never get a wax.
You need to get your first wax.
You're going to the up spa. Yes, you are.
Yes, you have to.
Yes, you are.
And we use a special wax. It doesn't adhere to your skin. It only adheres to the hair. Shrink wraps around the hair and pulls it from the root.
But you don't understand. I fight with my boyfriend about turning the lights off during sex. He's like, fuck no, I want the lights on. I'm like,
I bet you.
At least you know you're not ugly.
You need to wax. I'm gonna tell you the good thing about waxing is you're gonna want him to see.
That's why she want the lights off. She like, I got a little razor
I
bump.
shave.
that's the thing. I've never gotten razor bump ever.
Never. From shaving, I don't get no bumps. But
Nothing.
The time that I wax, one thing I could say,
You shave too, stuff?
Yeah, I shave.
Okay.
But the one time that I wax, like when it's first done, it's like a little baby.
It's a baby.
But I can shave it down to a baby.
No, because you get stubble the next day.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
day 2.
But that wax won't grow back for like 3 weeks.
No, 3
Really?
weeks, you
Yeah.
good.
And when it does grow back, it's sparse and it's
Yeah, it's very
It's thinner. It's thinner.
Yeah.
Don't grow back spiky.
from
like
waxing.
Really?
I got ingrowns from waxing. I never get ingrowns from shaving. Like I'll show you a picture. It's like
She took a picture.
Okay. I think it might be from going back and forth. No.
Yes, some people do tell me that. So like, all right, let's say if your skin is used to you shaving. When you're shaving, you get like little microscopic cuts on the surface of your skin, right? Because it's a blade. So you don't see them. It's not like it's cutting you. It's not cutting you.
and
but
I shave to the grain. I know.
yeah, so your skin has to heal a little bit. However, when you're used to consistently shaving, your hair is also thick because it stays in the root. Every hair follicle is attached to a blood vessel. It's kind of like the way trees are in the roots of the ground.
She know her shit. I just want to say.
So,
Vagina whisperer.
This ain't the nail salon lady.
I'm a vagina connoisseur.
Boom.
But yes,
Title and all.
So your hair is thick and strong. You know, it's as thick and strong as it can be because it's attached to its nutrition supply, so the blood vessel is. So it's growing as thick and as strong. So it can break through that tough skin. So now let's say you wax. Now your hair, you detached it from its nutrition supply. You detached it from the root, so it has to recreate itself all over again. So it grows back much thinner. And so now your tough skin on the surface of your skin, if you're not exfoliating and moisturizing to keep your skin soft, when it goes to grow out, instead of it like sprouting up out of your skin the way a flower sprouts up out of dirt, it would like kind of, it's going to have a little bit of a, yes, it's a little bit tough, the skin at the surface. So that's why when people start to wax, I tell them like, listen, now that you're waxing, now you have to start taking care of it. What do you use on your skin? It's not, you just come for a wax and you go. You know, we're talking to them about what do you wash with? What do you moisturize with? Things like that.
So you have to take it. So like, let's say I was to start waxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every day when I take a shower, I use exfoliating gloves, right? You know,
That's the best thing to use.
I use those too.
What
do you, my twin?
Without them, I feel dirty if I don't
too,
use
I
them.
love
I
them.
love them.
I always
I recommend them for everyone.
Me too. It gets off everything.
So is that enough?
That is good, but for when you're waxing, what I also recommend everyone to use is a granule scrub, something where you feel the grain in the scrub.
I use that.
And the glove is the best thing to use with it because it holds those granules in place. And, you know, everyone's skin is different, so if you have very sensitive skin, I would recommend you maybe using a scrub once or twice a week. Where
That's
if
how
for
my
you, like you seem
skin's
like you
so
have very
sensitive.
tough skin because you shave often. So you can exfoliate every other day, or like me, I can exfoliate every day
Yeah,
because
I
my skin isn't
exfoliate every
sensitive.
day. I love
Yeah,
it.
so you would use something granule with your glove and exfoliate there.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta be once in a while because my skin is so sensitive.
Yeah, some people are.
No, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be.
But you
I
gotta
do it.
grow it out. That's the problem.
Yeah, you have to
gotta
let it grow
correct
enough.
when if she gets a wax from
You gotta let it grow.
shaving, she has to let it grow because it needs something to
you do have-
grab.
it has to be as long as a grain of rice.
You could do that.
Yeah.
So that's like about what, 2 weeks, 3?
It's not gonna be like a bushy, like if I let it grow from shaving.
No.
Wait, to get waxed, you got to grow it out?
A little
Yeah, you need something to grab onto. Like, it
Well,
has
you
to
said
go.
your hair grows pretty, so let it be pretty for that week, and it will make it even more pretty.
Like, you know, it's gonna be a little blonde because it's gonna be.
Is it true that it should be like after your period? Because they say that your hair cycles. I don't know if this is true or not, but when I go to get waxed, they always say come like right after your period or whatever the case because
I
you're
thought that was
growing.
because of pain. I thought it was because,
that's because
it hurts
of
more.
sensitivities.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it
I
is?
always wax after mine because, you know, the days leading up to your period and when you have your period,
It hurts
it
more.
makes you more hormonal. So you're
Right.
more sensitive. So you're more sensitive down there too.
Right.
But anything that makes you more hormonal can make you more sensitive. So like some women, if they're taking certain medications or, you know, if you just started new birth control or something like that, it's the same concept. Some women even get waxed on their period. So it's a
Wow, whoa.
That's rude.
With a
That's rude.
tampon? What do they
yeah,
do?
I always tell people.
Ashley, is that not rude though? Don't come to me on your period.
No, actually,
It's rude.
If you have it plugged up and you just are fresh out the shower when you have it plugged up, we can't see any blood. No blood comes out, and
I still think
on
that's
the
a little
inside.
rude.
Yeah.
I won't go on my period.
Tampon sticking up to the sky.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
can't.
string.
Yeah.
A lot of times the string. Yeah.
You know what's even worse when you get a wax?
Strippers dancing their period, booty in the air.
But I
When
don't
you
think
get
she
a wax
wax.
and get your period the next day, I'd be like, what a waste. Because it's like all nice and ready to go, and then you get your period, you're like, fuck, only
I was
me.
thinking when you said to get it after, I was thinking like that would be the perfect time.
Right? It's the
After.
perfect time.
I can show this off for a good 3 weeks.
That's how I like to do mine. Like just
Got
make
28 days.
All right, let's switch gears for a second. We've been doing a lot of vagina talk. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these sex dolls, because so we were talking about sex dolls as far as the women, but they have male sex dolls also. So who in here would use a male sex doll if you could? Because I know everybody uses vibrators, they use dildos. Would you want
Not
the
everybody,
whole
bitch.
shebang?
Y'all know I don't use toys at all. Nothing.
No, the crazy guys that I date, they'll be like, "Oh, you're gonna cheat on me with this doll? Oh, you're gonna stay home tonight? Really?
What if it looked just like him?
Staying home with Edward.
What if it looked like your boyfriend though, and he wasn't in town?
He'd be so
would be
tight. Oh, you gonna cheat on me with this
that's
dark
scary.
skin doll?
That would be weird.
I think like this is a question. Everybody say you all had sex dolls. What would the sex doll's name be? What would you make your sex doll's name?
Dick.
Richard. Yeah. I love my dick. We call that nigga Richard.
I'll be like, Dick, go lay down.
Willie. Big Willie.
How about Mandingo?
Whoa. We see where she at. We see what type of time you on.
And a condom.
You showed me.
I didn't
She
know.
does.
He had an 11-inch penis.
What?
She showed it to us a couple times.
Wait,
I
you're
was like, who? His name is, what was his name? Gabriel.
11.
I don't like that name though.
Gabriel.
What, the
Gabriel.
sex doll's name
Yeah.
is Gabriel?
Show it to her.
What's your
can't
sex
remember
doll's name?
I don't know.
I
I
already
wouldn't be
know.
able to use it.
The JJ.
Dub,
J.
'cause I wouldn't use him.
Mine is
dub.
gonna be Rock.
Whoa. He is my rock.
Rock.
I would just name him something regular that I would call any guy. Like, "Ay, my papi chulo, look. This is papi chulo.
Papi
I'll see you
chulo.
guys later. I'm gonna go hang out with my papi chulo."
Let me find Gabriel for you.
You gotta nickname him nigga.
Daddy.
Who's this? This nigga.
Zaddy.
Get your black ass over here, nigga. Come fuck me.
So you would have a black. You would have a black sex doll.
Absolutely. I can't have sex with a white guy, let alone like a white.
Not a real person.
I don't care.
I don't want a sex doll. I want a real vibe.
Oh, I did. Okay, Avia just tried to put me on blast over there behind the camera.
What'd she say?
I did say my next boyfriend's gonna be white because you niggas don't know how to act.
Wow.
Damn.
But I never had me a white nigga before, so I'm gonna just stick with my
So
big
it's got to be
black.
a good one then.
Yeah,
Be a good one.
it got to be Gabriel. If
Well,
y'all
what if
see
they
his
had
thing,
a sex doll that gave head?
now see.
Now
He
you're
gave
talking.
head real good, like.
So all you would need is the head of the doll.
No, that's kind of weird.
Papi chulo, stick. Leave your body right here. I'm gonna take your head. I'll be right back.
Okay, what if the sex doll had a vibrator
Shoulders,
penis?
at least.
What if he had a vibrator penis and he gives head?
A rotating
Then
penis
who needs
like
a
the-
boyfriend? Fuck
Right.
that.
Exactly.
Go to the sperm bank when you need to get pregnant.
What if he had sperm?
He'd be perfect. He doesn't talk a lot.
Where's Gabriel?
I couldn't find him
Oh,
right now.
this nigga has a big ass dick. The sex
Damn.
toy, 13 inches or something.
Damn.
Just feel like a guy has to feel like such a scumbag after masturbating, because that's what it is. It's
Yeah, it is.
masturbation with a doll.
But guys masturbate all the time.
Yeah,
Every
I
day,
can
B.
imagine. Just like when you watch a porn, right? I just watched a porn and masturbated the other day, and it was the filthiest porn you could ever imagine.
What was it?
It was like I'm gonna tell you, it was filthy. It was disgusting. It was, and listen, it was like humiliation porn. So they're like slapping her around and fisting her, and
Coming out, all everybody
telling her to suck dick.
come
and
on
she's like,
her.
I'm such a dirty whore, and I'm like, yeah, you nasty bitch.
I'm gonna call Elliot from Law and
I
Order.
come, and then I'm like, ugh, this disgusting filth. This is disgusting.
And you feel
What's wrong with me?
nasty.
This is disgusting.
Yeah.
God forgive me.
What, so if your boyfriend had a doll, would you be mad?
But imagine masturbating with a doll and you're like holding it, because this is a doll feels like a body. You're like holding it and grabbing it, and then you come and it's just dead. Like,
Nah, the titties is still jiggling because I saw them titties. Under them titties is jiggling.
everything's not moving. It's just dead. There's no emotion.
Wait, what it look like, Steph?
FYI, that's how I am after sex. I pass right out.
But at least you're breathing and you're like, get the
Barely.
towel.
I fall asleep right after
I
sex.
feel like such a scumbag after that.
But would you be you'd be mad if your boyfriend had a sex doll?
No.
So you'd be fine with it.
All right.
What if he wanted to have a threesome with y'all?
Like if my boyfriend, was like playing basketball in another country or something, I would be like, get the doll that looks just like me. It would make me feel comfortable.
Okay.
Just him having it. I'll be like,
But what if he be like, I don't need you no more?
He could call me like while he's fucking the doll
On
and
FaceTime.
my voice and
No, what if he FaceTimes you with the doll?
He gonna FaceTime you like this with his arm around that bitch.
Look, I bought her a new outfit.
I'm leaving. This bitch don't complain. She never hungry.
Look, you see this bag? You wanted it. I bought it for her. I bought it for Steph too.
Steph squared. Now, Astra, what if your boyfriend had a sex doll?
God bless him. Enjoy. Keeps me from having to have sex with him all the time.
Damn, Astra.
Are you gonna give her a bath?
I can't keep up.
Oh, he likes to have sex way more than you?
Yeah. So fuck it. Go enjoy yourself.
What's this? So for you, what's a great amount of time to have sex and per week?
Oh, don't even talk to me about that. He's already mad at me.
Oh.
How many times?
Me, I would prefer, if I could do it maybe once a week, I'd be okay.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, he got to get a doll.
Yeah, he needs a doll. I feel
He needs twin dolls.
He needs triplets.
No. We gotta figure this out. I'm not about to let that go just at that.
All right.
So what's the is it like you don't want to put in the work? Are you lazy? Like
No,
I
I don't know.
You just don't wanna
I'm
have
just
sex?
not horny like that. You know?
Astra.
I don't
Has it
know.
always been like that? Or is it like now?
No, it's now. I don't know what happened. And it's me, I guess.
Are you on the pill or anything? Or any
Nope.
medication?
No.
You just-
I
you're-
think I'm just tired all the time. I'm always like, dude, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
That's the best time to have sex. When I'm tired.
It put you right to sleep. You know what I
I
mean?
know,
Good.
but that's the thing. He's like, listen, it doesn't matter if you're tired or not. You should still just like, I'm like, I know, but he goes, if I was tired, I would still make sure to please you. I'm like, I know, but good night.
Oh my god.
So do you have sex a lot when you don't really feel like it?
I've had to suck it up at times. Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah.
Does he like masturbate on you and stuff? Like
No,
if you-
but he takes care of himself all the time. I feel bad.
Damn, you don't feel that bad.
I mean, I'm a doll.
I'm stumped.
So is he.
I don't even know what to say. You know.
When I used to deny my ex sex,
Access denied.
I'll be like, "No, I'm tired. Don't touch me. I'm not in the mood.
Oh,
don't
man.
touch me." And he'll be like, "What?"
That make any dick go
He'll
soft.
start grabbing my butt and jiggling it and masturbate and come on my leg. I'll be
Superman.
so upset. You're disgusting. Go get a washcloth.
Well, here's the thing, because he's got such a.
Go
you know
ahead.
him. That's
You
why
better
it's so
talk.
bad. But he's got such a big dick, and I'm just like, damn.
Oh, now the plot thickens.
So
literally.
It just doesn't fit, and it hurts.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you know,
girl, I'm sorry.
The little dick men rejoice.
That's
got
why I
this.
say I'm always like, yo, the little ones are like, I could take that 1, 2, 3, no problem.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna
no
lie.
anal or nothing, and it probably
Anal is worse.
you probably hate sucking his dick too.
That I mean, I don't mind doing. That's fine.
'Cause you
but I
can't
can't
deep-throat
deep throat.
it.
No
Yeah.
way. Oh my god, I'll fucking die.
Tired. She'd be
We gotta get you more drunk.
2 minutes or 20 pumps. That's it.
Even
Gift and a
drunk,
curve.
high,
Drink a
whatever
little
it
more.
is, nothing
For
will
real?
get. Dude, no way. I'll just
No, but
die.
it's true. Like taking a big dick, you feel like your whole shit inside is rearranged.
It's like hitting my
Like,
throat.
Oh my god.
I feel like
in
when
my-
I'm drunk, I could take a big dick. When I'm sober, I'm drunk now, so
Yes, that's the thing. I'm like, yo, you're hitting my freaking ovaries.
Right.
Like I feel that shit.
yeah. When I'm sober, I can't take a big dick. But when I'm drunk, though,
Well, yes. When I'm
I'll be like,
drunk,
what,
I can.
what happened last
Dude,
night? You
he
were
told
great.
me he goes. We had the best sex on your birthday. I was like, because I was
We did.
fucked up.
He's like, I don't remember.
I know.
He tried to drug you and shit. Like, come on.
He's like, why can't you get like that again? I'm like, I mean,
That is hard though when your sex drive doesn't sync up.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever told my boyfriend no.
Me either.
Even if you didn't feel like it.
I still just
I
like
could be on my period.
You suck it up.
Yeah, I still just do it.
Have I think I might play dead.
What?
Please go to sleep. Yeah.
Dead though.
Because I be tired. But most of the time I do feel like having sex. I could have sex at least once a day.
Yeah, me too.
I could
That's
do
not
more
a
than
problem.
once.
I could do more, but I'm saying at least once a
Okay,
day.
at least.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm good. I could do it.
Ideally, once a day is fantastic. Period break. That's it.
Would you,
Yeah,
Ashley,
I
would you be
agree.
mad if he had like a side chick?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Well,
'cause
you
maybe-
ain't fucking.
I know, and I feel bad, so I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I need to do to
You
fix
better
this.
call Jessica the sex doll. What's her name?
Have you tried like a numbing cream?
No.
Oh, here we go with the
No, but
vagina
we went to
whisperer.
a sex shop. We went to a sex shop a couple of weeks ago and bought a couple of different things. I was trying. That shit doesn't work.
A flashlight for him
A
because
numbing
he
cream
got.
works.
A numbing cream?
Yeah,
I gotta find that then.
they have it in the sex store.
And so that'll make sex
Look at
like.
her smile.
Dude, if that works, my boyfriend will be making love to you in a second.
Yeah, one of my friends told me about it.
So wait,
Wait,
what?
anally, I have that. Because, oh,
Anally,
God.
you
Use that on your
But
vagina?
use it like 5 minutes before on yourself, and
Okay.
then let him, because then he'll go numb.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go numb.
No.
Numb,
If you
numb,
go
numb.
numb, you be,
Numb
Right?
your
I'm gonna have to
heart.
try. You know what? Tonight I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tell him that you guys sent me home to do that shit.
Yeah, you don't want to be numb and
Somebody
number.
homework.
I think we should give her like a supersized dildo that'll kind of loosen it up before it's time for him to go in.
That's come on.
Something's got to give.
work.
What about do
Something.
you use lubricant?
I've tried that too. It's just it's so big. I can't
It's
even.
not about the moisture. It's about
Yeah.
A lot of lube is
the slip right in pencil.
Yeah.
Were you excited about it at first?
When I saw it, I was like, what the? Like, it was one of those things. Like, I still tell him, like, that moment when he pulled it out, I was like, yo, because he's not even that tall. So I was like, where did that come
I be
from?
trying to tell you about them tripods.
yeah, you do.
Someone
Dude, you don't
just
even
showed us
know.
a picture, and it was a man's forearm, and his motherfucking dick was down to here. And it was remember
Yeah,
yesterday?
I seen it.
And it was a thick ass dick, and he was like this next to the dick, and the shit came up to here.
Talk about a measurement.
I would motherfucking run, die, kill. I'm not taking that.
How's the girth?
It was Stephanie.
Yes.
It was a big dick. I've
It's
never
fat
seen a
and
dick
long,
this big.
Too, this one. Jesus.
You guys are
like
making big
big
dicks seem
dick.
unappealing.
I like big dicks a lot.
I like
Big dicks and I cannot lie.
Now, I feel like to a certain extent it's cool, but then once it gets too
It's
big,
a nice idea.
yeah, you want inside.
But see, that's the thing too. In the beginning, it was fine. Like, I'm like, all right, no problem.
Woo!
Now I'm just like, I
Guy
can't handle
pulled his dick
it.
out on me, and it was huge, and I was like, "What are you going to do with that monster?"
You were like,
I was scared. I mean, I eventually took it, but
Gigi's a trooper.
How was it though? Like, was,
good.
I feel like sometimes it's
But I
too
was
much.
scared at first.
What's the easiest position
Even
for
my jaw
you?
popped.
For me, he's got to be on top because I've tried to do like doggy and it just hurts. Even the other day, we were doing doggy and I'm like, I just can't take it anymore. He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm sorry. And I lay there. He's like, yo, you lay like a dead fish. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it's so big. I don't know what the hell to do. I can't do anything.
So what if he doesn't put the whole thing in? Can he do that?
But that doesn't.
And
feel
he
as
didn't
good.
the other day. Like, he's like, it's not all the way in. I'm like, are you sure? I reached down. I was like, damn, I still had a handful sticking
my
out. I'm
Lord.
like, dude, I can't.
Don't let anybody know who your boyfriend is, because there's some bitch listening right now.
Instagram, if you want to see him.
No, don't give out your Instagram.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up because we were talking about how your boyfriend is supposed to be your best friend, right? And you should be able to tell him everything.
Oh, best friend.
But I don't believe that that's true. I believe that there's a lot of things that we tell our girlfriends that we would never tell our boyfriend. Because certain things you don't tell
They
your boyfriend.
just don't understand. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think it should feel like that. Like it should feel like, yeah, we talk about everything.
Convince him
Of
that.
course we do.
Right.
And then you get on the phone with your girl like, girl, this motherfucker.
Right.
Wait, what happens though when he goes through your text messages and sees your conversations
He
with your
shouldn't.
best friend? Then he's like, wait, how come you didn't tell me about this?
Why are you going
Stored
through
his
your
best
text
friend.
messages?
Because that's my real best friend.
That's my real best friend.
You're the secondary best friend.
Like, would you tell your boyfriend, like, about other guys?
I mean, I have, but to a degree.
Right.
Not
To
the way
a
you would tell your
You leave
girlfriend.
some shit out.
Yeah, you can't because you know why? They hold everything against you.
Yeah,
Everything.
Always.
Everything.
Always.
The worst mistake you could ever make with a
Yeah.
man is tell him too much information. TMI is not good for guys.
I
What
agree.
do you think,
Go
Ashley?
wrong, you know?
I agree. I feel like that has happened to me before. Like, you know, I dated my boyfriend before he was my boyfriend for a long time. I dated him, so I was just honest. Like, oh, you know, this one this or this one that. And now it comes back to
Don't
bite
get in
me.
an
And
argument,
sometimes
girl.
I'm like, my problem is I talk too much. I told you too much, and now I'm not doing that again. And he's like, but wait, no, you supposed to. And I'm like, no.
Not for you to keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
Because they bring it up.
And they bring it up at the wrong
But
time.
that's the thing. Usually, when you're gonna be with somebody, you have that moment with them where you feel like
You feel like
can
tell
just
them
be
everything. They're like your
Right.
best friend.
Right.
Like, you talk
Like,
all
yeah,
the
I
time.
dated
You
this
share
other guy,
everything.
And I did this one time, and oh my God, wild vacation. You know, like just trying.
He be sitting there acting like your girlfriend. Like,
You know,
yeah,
when you get
girl.
close to somebody like that, that's how you end
feel,
up in
yeah.
a relationship. And you're always like kicking yourself like, I should have never said that.
Always.
Yeah, and you feel like that's your best friend and you could tell them everything, and then it's like, damn, I shouldn't have told him.
And you know what else I feel like? You can't tell your boyfriend like whole shit your friends do either.
Yes.
Oh, that's the last
Right.
thing to do.
Worst.
You
So
know,
that's not really you really don't tell your boyfriend everything.
you know what? I had my ex-boyfriend. I used to like consider him like my best friend. I used to tell him everything, but I wouldn't tell him my friend's business because telling him everything is my business to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell my friends like, oh, my friend's a hoe. She just fucked this nigga. That's not your friend. You don't talk about your friends like that.
Because you don't
But
want him to have a bad idea.
Yeah,
thought
not
about them
not
either.
ever. But my own business, yeah, I have told them myself. I've told, and like you, same thing. We were friends 1st, but girl, the minute we got in an argument, yeah, because your whole ass was fucking so and so and so. You like, oh, that's how we play.
I used to be like, yo, why do you tell
I
him?
tell him everything. I
I
used
was
to
like,
tell
why
him
do you do
everything.
that?
And you know something, like
Trusting.
I get
honest.
a lot
You
of
think
stories.
Yeah, you think
I get
someone.
a lot of stories from my clients. Like I'm waxing their vagina, so they tell me everything. And before
I don't be talking to bitches
Before
that
my
touch my
boyfriend,
vagina.
now I was with my ex-boyfriend for a long time. So I've always been in a relationship. So I had I had a little while where I was single, and a lot of things was like, oh shit, everybody's fucking like, And I was like, when I was working with some of my when I was working with some of my other employees when I had a job before I had a business, they would like write down the names of the guys that they was fucking. They'd be like, oh, the guy from Vegas. Oh yeah, that one guy from that one night. And they wouldn't even remember their names. So when I would have conversations with my boyfriend, who was my boyfriend, I would be like, yo, like everybody got a side nigga. Everybody got a side bitch. Everybody's fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like a oh shit to me because I wasn't doing that.
And he's in the back of his thinking like, how I know you're not like that.
Yeah, like no, and then he's like,
that's stupid.
yeah, everybody's a thot. That one's a thot. Didn't you tell me, this about that? Or everybody you know is a thot. It's not everybody I know. It's like I speak to hundreds of women, and 80% of them do this, or 70% of them do this, or I'm telling you about the crazy stories I hear from them. Like,
Right.
oh,
That's
yo, let me tell you.
conversation.
Yeah, in this conversation, it doesn't mean that every woman I speak to is like that, but I'm telling you about this crazy story that I heard from this woman I was waxing. Like,
Right.
I have so many stories because I speak to hundreds of. I could write a book about how many.
Now, what about do you want to know everything about him?
No,
Truthfully.
no.
Yes.
Yes.
This is juicy.
I don't. Like when I first met him, I couldn't find out nothing about him, and it made it the mystery made me like him more. You know what I mean?
No.
I was like, why she's not dating P&B
No,
Rock?
she spilled the shit on the floor, so
Okay.
I'm like P&B Rock.
Okay. I didn't want people listening to think.
No. That's not her boyfriend. No. Nah.
And the nice thing about not knowing anything about him in the beginning was that I took so much time getting to know him for him. And I really got to know him very well. And then I realized what I admired about him and what I liked about him. And it made me want to know more about him. And so now I had seen him in a certain light. And now after being with him for so long, it's like, I know certain things about him and I know certain ways that he has. And there is a certain amount of mystery, but I wouldn't want anything to tarnish how I feel about him. And because me and him have such a strong relationship, I don't feel like somebody could come and tarnish, how I feel about him, but I feel like certain things that he does can make me feel a certain type of way about him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you.
No, for sure.
Now, Astra, you said you want to know everything.
Absolutely, because he wants to know everything about me. I want to know everything about him as well. He pulls the whole, we need to be best friends line, which I'm fine with. I actually was engaged to a best friend of mine as well, but that was an issue we had. Once we got together, it was, oh, remember that guy? I'm like, dude.
Because he knew all your shit.
Yeah, he knew everything. There was no secret. So going into this one, again, like I don't like to have secrets that I'm, with somebody that I'm with. So I try to put everything out there. that I possibly can or that I can remember or whatever.
That I can remember.
You know, because that's the thing. I block out a lot of stuff too. Because he'll be like, "Well, you don't." He goes, "I want to know everything." I go, "Dude," I'm like, "Dude, you won't know everything from the minute I was born till today. Like, you just won't know all that stuff." But at the end of the day, it's like I want to know things from him. He's like, "Listen, I'm an open book. Ask me whatever you want, and I'll tell you." And he truly will.
Has anything ever bothered you that he told you that you're like, I wish I didn't know that?
No, but there are things that I'll throw little subtle hints back at because he'll try to do that to me too.
Oh, man.
She want to know where that big dick been. I know that's right.
Well, because
To travel the world.
Well, here's the thing. So it's like, you know, I know he's not an angel. I know that he's like hooked up with girls and stuff. And there have been encounters where we've even like come across some of the girls that have been like, you know, jump offs.
Right.
And I'm just like, ew. Like, you know, so obviously if I see that, I have to bring that up every now and then. And I'm like, oh, so really? Da-da-da. And he's like, why? I'm like, dude, I'm just saying. Right. You know, I'm just saying, but I don't care. Like, I told him, like, I just really don't, because I really don't care. But then he gets butthurt. So he'll start bringing up things about an ex, and I'm like,
you get butthurt with that dick.
He'll hurt my butt with that dick. No, but he'll bring up stuff, and I'm just like, dude, why are you bringing up stuff when I'm really not? I really don't give a shit. I don't. But it's like it bothers him, I guess.
Okay, it bothers him that you don't give a shit, or it bothers him stuff you did?
No, what bothers him is I bring up stuff, so he'll try to bring up things that'll upset me, but it doesn't upset me.
But it bothers you. That's why you bring it up.
Right.
Not really. It's just more like a subtle dig. Like,
see, I do that all the time, and it's because it bothers me. I mean, not to the point where I'm losing sleep.
I get what you're saying. But no, because you know what it is? It's like, if I were to, let's say I'm to go somewhere, he'll be like, oh, which one of your booze did you go there with?
Oh,
and I'm
like,
really? I was
annoying.
like, who cares? But if I know for a fact that he's been somewhere with someone, I'm like, oh, is so-and-so going to be there? And he's just like, why you guys, you know, and I'm just like, dude, I really don't care. I'm just breaking your balls. He's like, no, but is that why you go here? Because you go to see the... I'm like, oh, here we go.
So you're kind of like joking with him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm joking.
But
he
you know what they say about jokes.
That there's an underlying line of serious behind it.
So who you think you fooling?
Well, Stephanie, do you feel like you would tell... I know you don't tell shit.
Tell.
I know.
Me tell who?
We know that doesn't go.
What?
But do you want to know everything?
There's nothing to tell. I don't want to know anything. For me, the more I know, the more I hate you. You know what I mean? I want to love you, baby. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to find out anything. I don't want to find out who your exes are. Like, you know, I just feel like, and then, you know, when I really fall in love with somebody, I like become a stalker, so I know everything.
What if he told you that he used to
too much?
Like, what if he's like, I used to be in love with this girl and I thought we were going to get married?
No, because,
you don't want to know those things?
I have a perfect example. This, all right, the guy I've been with, right? He tells me, oh, I was with this girl, and yeah, I used to fuck with her hard. And I know the girl, and I'm like, ew, she's a Sasquatch, bro. Like, she's like 5'9", and she's huge, and she got these big bug eyes. And I never really had a problem with her.
This is very specific.
But now you judging her.
Now I'm judging her like, this Sasquatch.
Did you see her eyelashes?
They was leaning a little.
What if it was somebody you was cool with, though?
No, and then he told me, he was like, oh, she told me, this is funny. This was funny. He told me, oh, she told me y'all were cool, but you guys had a fallout. And I'm thinking we were fine. I didn't even know we had a fallout. I'm like, oh, did we?
So that means he was talking to her about you.
Yeah, I'm like, really? I'm like, what fallout? He was like, oh, because after I was dating this guy, when I first broke up with my son's father, I was dating this guy who lived in another country. And he's like, you know, he's like a good rebound joint. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to take you traveling. He's going to take you shopping.
Forget all my worries.
Yeah, it's not something you want to marry. It's not something you even care about. You know, it's just
fun.
Some fun.
Right.
Good
take
rebound
my mind
joint.
off of shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he was good for. So after I was with him, after I had already left him alone, she started fucking with him.
And y'all was cool.
Yeah, and I was cool. I was still cool with it. That's somebody you share with the community. You know what
community
I mean?
dick.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
Little dig.
You pass that
Pass it out.
Me too. Yeah, and then you're like, here you go, friend. You know what I mean? You keep that in the community, you know? So I was fine. But, you know, he told me, he was like, yeah, she told me that y'all had a fallout over some nigga. And I was like, I was like, she's crazy. Like, I never cared, but it's funny. You see how women talk about you, how women talk behind your back. Like, I didn't even care. Like, even though as soon as he told me, I was like, oh, she's a Sasquatch. Like, oh my God.
But he must have been talking about you too.
I was like,
Because what if he goes back and tells her, well, she said you a Sasquatch.
Right.
please, she know I tell her she a Sasquatch to her face. I think I have told her she's a Sasquatch to her face. I know, girl, you such a pretty little Sasquatch.
Yeah, a pretty little Sasquatch. Now, Gigi, you're a very honest person.
Yep.
So let's talk about the best friend thing. Like, how much do you tell everything? Like, does he know everything? Especially if y'all break up, get back together. Now, do y'all got to tell each other? Let's just
She's
clear
being
the slate.
awfully specific over here. No, I'm joking. Right? Look at the face.
Or are there some things you're like, okay, this goes to the grave?
I've learned my lesson about telling him certain things.
Who's him? It's supposed to be Guy.
Well, yeah, that's a guy. That's a specific guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've learned your lesson.
Because it gets thrown back in your face.
Right.
And who wants to deal with, you bringing back stuff from the grave that shouldn't even matter. And I also believe in, like, what you don't know won't hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Right. I believe in that.
Like, don't come and bring some shit on me that's going to ruin my day because you feel like you need to get it off your chest. Like, I'm better off not knowing.
So you rather not know?
Yeah, I'm rather not know.
Yeah.
If I don't have to know, then don't tell me.
No, see, I have FOMO.
Don't make
I got
me need to
FOMO.
know.
I need to know
Yeah, I wanna
everything.
No, and I'd be so mad at myself for finding out shit that I wasn't supposed. If I didn't look for it, I would have never found out.
But he was
Like,
creeping.
You want to be a stalker, and now you tight.
But
I just
listen,
want to know.
That's how I feel.
but it's us ladies. It's us ladies that
that's
actually
me,
get to the
Gigi.
bottom of
gotta hold
everything.
Do you hold it, or are you the one that's gonna be like,
No,
know
I
what?
don't hold it.
I'm not holding
I don't
shit.
hold it.
I ain't
no,
holding shit either.
No, you know what happens?
You
When I'm
tried, but then it
stalking,
happened.
This is what happens.
When
When
I'm
I find
stalking?
what I'm looking for, I got perfect evidence. I screenshot it and I send it to him, and that's backed up by like 75 text messages. Of me killing him. Oh, so this is what you're doing? Send. Oh, really? Send. All right. I see. Send.
What about when he did that back to you? Does he do that back to you?
No,
Guys are not investigators.
No, hold on, because my boyfriend said
wouldn't
it.
say that.
My
Yes, they
boyfriend will stalk me, and he'll say, it's okay for me to stalk you. You're my girlfriend.
Oh, how cute.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But what's the level of stalk?
I mean, I don't think he does.
Does he get mad if you're dancing with a guy? or
He
if you're
never
talking
really
to
gets
some-
mad at me.
See? Because they can't.
See, my ex used to go through my followers. Like, why you following this nigga? He
No, that's
play
crazy.
baseball.
That's
You know
too
what?
much.
You like
I feel
baseball players
I
now?
feel like
You like,
some
oh,
guys, I feel like they
maybe?
will stalk you, but they won't let you know that they're stalking you.
Yeah,
but then
all guys
sometimes
do
they'll
it.
slip
They'll
up and
set
say
alerts
something
to
like, yeah, because I
so when
remember
people
this
add you,
comment.
They automatically get a ping.
I didn't even do that.
You can do that.
How do you do that?
On
Ask
Twitter,
your
you
friend.
can definitely do it.
I said, how did they see that? She said, alerts on my name. I was like,
You know how to
that's
do it
deep.
too, Gigi?
On Twitter.
I gotta learn
I know how to
this.
do it on Twitter.
Gigi,
too.
that's good pussy right there. Niggas got an alert on your name.
That's that stalkish pussy.
Every time you tweet, he
stalkable.
gets a little notification.
Anytime
She just
somebody
tweeted.
No, not when I tweet. When somebody @s me.
Oh.
That's even worse, I feel
That's
like.
real stalkerish.
My dude, what he does, he acts like he doesn't care about. Oh, I don't even be on that. I don't even be on there. I don't even see what you be doing. But as soon as I post a photo, like promoting an ad, oh, my outfit is from Pretty Little Thing or Vim Vixen. Shop, use my code, Steph, 30% off. He's like, oh, where you was going? You see, that you be acting like you home all the time, but then you dressed up in these outfits. I know you went out.
You like,
went
sir,
on
I'm
a
getting
date.
paid. It's an ad.
But I thought you weren't even paying attention to what I was posting.
Like,
because
damn, I
I
can't
promised
put
them
an
I was
outfit.
going to send them a
swear,
picture.
9 out of 10 times I post those ads, I have no makeup on. I just threw the picture. I just put on the outfit, and I went
Listen,
into the
I've
lobby
taken some
and
of those
took a
pictures.
picture.
But then you can't have an outfit, nigga? Like,
I can't go nowhere. I can't leave.
bitch, you
my
got on an
home.
outfit?
You dressed? Oh, you dressed?
But let me ask you something.
combed your hair?
Okay, but let's keep it real.
That's
But
right.
Stephanie, let's keep it real. Do you like that? Do
I
you
mean,
like
honestly,
She like,
all right, I'm gonna say this.
Keep it real.
I do.
Keep it real.
My
it real.
man has to be on me like that. Like I can't be with somebody.
She likes it.
I can't be with somebody who like is like, oh, it's
Nonchalant,
okay. You can
whatever, do
date
what you
other
want.
guys.
Not date
or
other
something
guys,
like that.
but you like the fact that he's on you like that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sometimes I need a little more breathing room, because he literally gets upset if I go outside. Like right now, I'm at work and he's probably like
going crazy.
Do you feel like that makes someone guilty though? To me, I would be like, yeah, with your guilty ass.
He's a super thot. I catch him all the time. I catch him in something new. If it's not one thing, it's the other. And I feel like it's because of his guilty conscience. I know he loves me and I love him too, but he knows the shit that he does is wrong. So he's always trying to accuse me of doing something. I'm really
because he's probably doing something himself.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm really like literally in the house, like doing Instagram ads. Right or right?
And he think you out on a date.
Like I need a cat.
Now, when do you discuss finances with your man? When does it get to the point where y'all discuss like your credit score, your financial history?
I think
how much
it's
money
getting
you
serious.
When you
have?
live together.
When you live together.
When you
or
own
you're
something together, when you're going to open a
When you're
business together.
investing in something together.
Yeah.
If we ain't breaking bread together, then don't worry about what the fuck I got going on.
But doesn't that indicate to you whether or not there's a future sometimes too?
Yes and no. Mine brought that up to me actually in the beginning of our relationship.
How early?
He was like, we got to talk about this kind of stuff. And I was like, no.
Off the jump?
No, right? Not in the beginning, but towards the beginning.
Like
'Cause
early on.
Yeah. Because things were moving fast in our relationship. And
Yeah, you were. Listen, Astra one day was single, and then the next day she had a boyfriend. I was like, when the fuck did this happen?
yeah, pretty much. And I was complaining too about like, I'm never going to meet a good guy. He is a great guy. And everything was going super fast. And he started bringing that up.
Shrink a little bit.
Yeah, I do. He needs a dick, like instead of the enlargement, he needs like a reduction.
A dick reduction.
My lower back hurts.
But he brought up about finances and stuff. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable talking about that.
Yeah, that's
like,
weird
I don't
to
want
me.
to tell you what I make. I don't want to tell you my job, like what I make for a living.
Yeah,
I don't want
no.
to tell you what's in my bank account. Like, it's none of your business unless we own something. He's like, yeah, but I want to know for our future, like where we're going. And I'm like, what do you make?
Yeah.
What do you got in your bank account? He's like, I don't mind telling you. And he'll like splurt it out to me.
You know
and I'm
what's
like,
interesting? People say that people are more comfortable talking about their sex life and personal things than they are talking about their finances.
I think
absolutely.
so.
Yeah.
People will talk about everything, their favorite sex position, partners, anything like that. But then you ask them, well, what's in your bank account? And they have a problem talking about that.
I feel like I get offended if somebody would ask me, like, well, how much do you get paid to do this? Why the fuck is it any of your business? Yeah,
But
unless
what
you're
if- but if
paying
it's
for my
somebody-
stuff.
But if it's somebody you're seriously dating,
I mean, I might volunteer the information, like, okay, I
But
did
that's
this
okay if
and
you
I got-
volunteer it.
That's volunteer,
Not
but
if
don't
you're being
ask
asked,
me.
right.
Yeah, because wow, you wanna borrow
Why
some
you want a
money?
piece of
nigga?
it?
so why is that so much
Fuck,
more?
you need
Why is that
$100?
so much more personal than somebody asking you other questions about
Because
your
you know
life?
why? Because a guy will
'Cause
feel
numbers
inferior
don't
to
lie.
a woman who makes more than him. I'm telling you right now. And if a woman makes more than the guy, he'll feel a little inferior to them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It kills their ego.
I feel like
it kills
a
their
woman
ego.
would never respect a man, and I always have this conversation with my man. I feel like, and especially because I speak to so many career women too, I feel like a woman would never 100% respect a man if she makes more money than him.
I agree.
You don't think Oprah respects Stedman?
Bitch, no. She won't even claim him for real.
She doesn't even call him the
That's her
boyfriend.
man.
She don't be like, I just want to thank my head. She be like, Stedman, you are my rock.
Smile. Don't say anything.
He's like a trophy wife. Get the fuck out of
He's
here.
not. She's a lawyer.
I didn't even know that.
But he's sure not
very
making anything close to
What?
what she's making.
You're very accomplished. I feel like
Yeah.
as a woman, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel like this. I've never really cared that much about what a man makes. I don't mind having a discussion about money because I am very much like trying to concentrate on my finances and being an entrepreneur and opening businesses. And I want somebody that feels the same way. And I feel like I would rather you be ambitious than have a job making a lot of money that you don't like, that you're stagnant in. So if you're making a job and you're on Wall Street and you're making $1 million a year, but you hate it,
You're miserable.
and you're miserable and you're stressed out and you're suffering from anxiety and depression, I would rather you want to be an entrepreneur and, just doing well, at least like trying to make things happen and having a plan and working hard and enjoying it. I prefer that.
But don't you feel that you'd be able to help him out then? Because it's like, to me, that's the way I would look at it.
I would love to help him out. I like to help
or
my
vice
man out,
versa.
and I like for him to help me in
Yeah.
certain things.
The only money conversations I have with guys is like, how much you need now, babe?
Don't we all wish we could have that?
I don't know.
That's a
man.
pretty good
I
money
like,
conversation, I think.
Ask me like, what's your credit score or anything? All the guys I date are like really rich. They're not really caring.
If they asking you your credit score,
wait,
they
how do
want
you know
you to
they're rich?
sign a
Like,
card
babe,
for them. Yeah,
But
they
how
want
do
you
you
to be a
I worked in
co-signer.
Midtown, right? I've worked in Midtown where there's a lot of career women. I worked right by the Hearst building, right? And so there's some women who are like, listen, I make more money than him. When I come home, I'm not sucking his dick.
He better suck
You know
my
what I'm
dick.
saying? like, let's say he is very ambitious and he wants to be an entrepreneur and he has all this motivation, but he ain't there yet.
Right.
So he's in your house and he
Eating your
can't really
food.
cook and he ain't really cleaning. And then you came home after you did everything that you did for the day and you already, clean your house, everything. And now he's like, all right, so
Suck this dick.
you better suck your own dick. Like, that's how they feel. Like,
But no, I feel like your man, if you worked all day and you worked really hard and let's just say he was at home, he should be like, let me take care of you, and he should be in tune to that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like, I don't want you to not make no money, but you don't have to make what I make. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as long as you have a
Aw,
plan.
Angela's such a
She's so nice because I'm not. When I go to dinner, I'll be looking like,
Okay, but
nigga,
wait.
this bill.
So
Oh,
this-
that bill better be taken care of.
So
and all that.
So if you make more money than your man, who pays when you go out to dinner?
I think we alternate. I think no matter what, who makes more than who, I think he'll pay sometimes and sometimes I'll pay. Money, I'm going to be honest with you, like, my life isn't about, like, who makes more money, how much money does he have, can he pay for me? Like, if my man treats me really, really well, I try to do nice things for him, and he should do nice things for me, too. And him doing nice things for me doesn't have to be him, like, paying for shit all the time or, like, buying me things. Him doing nice stuff for me could mean that he's really thoughtful and is, like, really sweet to me and takes care of me and does little cute stuff. And that means a lot to me because people will always tell you, like, I buy myself a lot of shit. It's hard for people.
She does. She absolutely
She does. You can't even buy this bitch a birthday present. You be like, do I have $10,000 for a Chanel bag with the digital sign that
I'm only going to wear one time.
Listen, Young Thug got it. I didn't want to wear it again after that. But,
exactly. When you could buy a bag that's that much and you're like, I'm not wearing it again.
But that's what
Young
I'm saying.
Thug.
It's hard because I do a lot of shit for myself, and it's hard for somebody to figure out. But if you could be really thoughtful and pay attention
Right.
to
It
things that you know
It's
that I
about
like,
creativity.
then
No,
I
and
think
even
that's
though-
really sweet.
I feel like my boyfriends all know that they make more money than me just off the bat. But I still take my boyfriends to dinner.
Yeah, I think they love
Babe,
that.
could buy
You know how many
dinner,
guys are not used to women doing shit for them?
Right.
Yeah, and it's always like,
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe I'm fucked up. Gigi, am I alone here? Because my
once in a
father.
while, not a lot.
My
You know,
father
here and
even
there.
taught me, and he thought I was never going to have a boyfriend in my life because I wasn't allowed. Up until he said, not till you're 50 years old can you have a boyfriend. But this man told me, like, you don't pay for no man. The man pay for you. That's what he told me. My father took me out to dinner every weekend, nice fancy restaurant, and that's what I was used
try
to.
it one time. Take
No,
somebody you
I
like.
don't mind.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I
You're
don't
gonna like
mind.
it. You're
But
gonna
I've
like it.
tried, and I've always been turned down. Like, you're not paying for this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll be
They
like, yo, let
always
me
say
tip
no.
at least.
Even for me, like with guys who are my friends, like I've paid, like when we went out to eat, and I've been like, oh, I got it, and they're like, oh my god, they're not used to that
I've
shit.
tried,
and I
and-
think that's a really nice gesture for somebody
do.
that you
Me too.
care
I do.
about,
I
and I
do.
think it means a lot if a guy can accept that from you too.
Yeah, yeah.
My parents
niggas
have
is-
been together for like a really long time. They've been together forever, and my mom always does nice stuff for my dad.
Nice
And I
stuff
feel
is
like that's-
something different to
yeah,
me.
but like
I
she'll
would
take
do
him
nice
on
stuff all the
vacation.
time.
I remember her telling me that she was engaged to somebody before my dad. So before she was with my dad, she was engaged to another guy, and she was like so surprised because she said that she took him to Aruba for his birthday, and they only been dating for 9 months, and that he proposed to her, and she was like, "What the
Whoa.
hell?"
Mama gotta have a life too.
Right. But, it's like, she was like, I think that he just wasn't used to having a woman
Right.
who buys him gifts and does things for him too. And like, I feel like I always treated my boyfriend like that. Like, it doesn't matter what he has. Like, if he buys me this, I'm going to try to, it feels like competition a little bit
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
He
yeah,
knows
you
I
get
buy
something
my
too.
I
It
buy
feels like
all
competition.
I buy my rich boyfriend gifts.
I like gifts better than I like
With
to
his
buy.
money? With his money?
Sometimes with his money.
And it's nice if you could
Sometimes.
plan a dinner and take him out. Like, listen, we take for granted sometimes that guys do stuff for us all the time, and how much they appreciate when you try to do something for them. Because I think
maybe
it's
the guys
really,
I do. Because literally, even one time I like scheduled a spa date for a guy I was dating, and he was like, "You're not spending money on this. How much did you
It
pay
wasn't
for
at
this?"
Up Spa?
No, you know, this is before.
This is before
Up Spa. Because, you know, we only go in the Up Spa. Now,
Spa's relatively new.
with the best massages
that's where we go now.
Massages and vajacials and facials.
But not yet.
I got my nose hairs waxed for the very first
Oh,
time.
yeah, I remember.
Really?
You were so excited.
I was so excited.
How did that feel?
It was great.
Your breathing is
I want to do that.
Try that. Yeah.
I want to
It
try
was
that
amazing.
too.
well,
Especially for us potheads.
I never heard of that
give you
before.
better
you get
air
such
more
a
like-
different flow of oxygen.
I've never heard of it
Really?
before.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God,
even
it's
know you could
amazing.
do
Put
it.
like a popsicle in your nose. And
Yep.
Oh, that sounds like it hurt.
It don't hurt. It don't hurt.
It doesn't.
Because
It
the hair's
doesn't.
mine.
It just
The hair's
feels
like
like
mine.
like, oh,
It feels like
wow.
somebody just plucked you like, boop.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to get that
It
done.
doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
I was so
All right,
excited.
we'll go together. I never
Yeah,
went
let's
either.
go.
Let's
Let's
do
go.
it.
But Astra, do you do stuff like for your boyfriend? Do you pay and?
Yeah, I do, and he does. He has been going above and beyond for me as well, which I have to say, because you know, it's
Yeah.
like I definitely make more than he does. I'll put it out there, but he has proved himself to me to be like, listen, I want to make sure that you know, are happy, and you know, it's not about the gifts and all that stuff. It's basically about the creativity behind it. You know, he went
Exactly.
above and beyond for my
Right.
birthday. He did some crazy stuff that I was just like, wow, I can't believe it. It's like, this poor guy's going to go broke trying to like impress me. But at the end of the day, like, you know, he's like, I don't care, as long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Oh, that is
I love
fucking
that.
adorable. I love that.
Because like, imagine you pick your man up and you're like, I'm not telling you where we're going or what we're doing. Everything's.
I did that for his
Like,
birthday.
bitch, we going
That's
to the
it.
house.
Yeah,
No, I'm
that's-
joking.
That's really nice.
I did that. And it was awesome because, you know, he talks about that all the time. He's like, you know, I never had anyone do something like
Right.
so insane like that. And I'm like, really? Like,
Yeah.
who the hell you been dating?
No, it's true. You know what? I had a guy that had kids, and on Father's Day, I bought him something for Father's Day, and he was like, "The fuck? Like, we don't have any kids together. None
Did
of
you
my,
call him daddy?
None of my baby. You know, I call him daddy. No, I'm joking. But he was like, none of my baby moms even, because he had more than one, and he was like, they never bought me anything for fucking Father's Day.
They couldn't
He's
even
like,
collaborate on the
They
present.
couldn't collaborate. No, that's fucked up though, right? But that's how some bitches are, and like you were saying, like some guys, they never been treated special or nothing
Right.
like that. So even though it wasn't nothing, well, it was a good amount of money that I spent, but it still wasn't even about that.
But it's
it
not
was
about
just
the
the
money.
fact
It's
that I
about,
knew
and
it was
seeing the
something he would
happiness
like.
on their face
Yeah.
is what makes it all
He
like
couldn't
perfect.
believe it. He's like, this is the only thing I got for Father's Day. I got
Oh.
a
It's the
decent amount of
memory
kids.
that means so much, right?
Right.
It is.
Yeah, that's
It's
all
like-
that counts.
And it sounds good to their friends too when you be like, oh yeah, my girl did this,
Oh,
this,
she
and
bought
that
it.
for me. That shit sounds so popping.
She bought me a Wraith, and her name is Cardi B.
That's a
That's
fact.
it. right. I can't compete with that shit. I'm sorry. You win, Cardi.
Now let's talk about one last thing: going into business with your man. Because Ashley, how difficult is that? Like, is that scary? Because if you're not quite married yet, do you have paperwork? Like, if this doesn't work out, or is it just like, okay, it better work out?
Well, you know, I felt in the beginning like it wasn't going to be a good idea just because, like you said, you know, sometimes you'll talk about the sexual partners you have, but you're not going to talk about finances. And you know, I quit my career to open my business with my man. And so now everything is together. And like you said, we're not married yet, but it's fine. You know, we're building this together where you have to remember why you started this. Like, why did we start this? We started this so that we can build a life together. We started this so we can go an extra mile. We didn't start this because we planned on breaking up. You know, but if we do break up, everything will be split in half. Everything will be 50-50.
So you did paperwork, or you trust?
No,
that? You trust him enough to
we
know that
have
even
a little bit of both.
Okay.
We do have both.
What if he asked you to wax him?
He would never let me. I asked him. He would never. He is so
How many
masculine.
vajayjays does he see?
Well, I hope he only sees
I know.
you know, but you know, and there. It's a period. It was hard for me because I'm so used to being so independent and having my own money and always being able to treat him to stuff. Like, I'm like that, you know. I like to treat even my friends to stuff. We're just like that, you know.
Right.
I'm a very giving person. So when I had only my savings and he's there, like, let me do this and let me do that, but just me being myself, I can't help it. I'm giving my things. I'm giving my half. I'm giving my share, and then it's gone. And now I just have my business, and it's like, all right, work this because that's all you got,
Right.
girl.
That's it.
You know, it was like there was a period in the beginning where I was just like, oh shit, like
did I do?
this
What
is
I'ma do,
it.
yeah.
And it's like, thank God that he's so supportive, and he's like, backs me on everything. And it was just so hard for me to accept that because I'm so used to being independent. And he's like, well, I have it. Like, just let me do it. Like, let me give you the money for this. Let me do this. Let me have you. Like, and it was so hard for me to accept that. Like, okay, because like I said, I speak to hundreds of women, and sometimes, you speak to the housewife, and I do have a lot of clients who are housewives, and I feel like they don't get the credit that they deserve because they do work 24/7 and they don't make any money, but they don't get a break either.
Right.
But it's like, here's this gift that you bought for you. And I never want to be in that position. So I would
because they ain't got no money, so they got to buy
right. So they have to buy their gift with his money.
Yeah.
So it's for me. I would work double. Like I would work. It's still in my other business because I do have a business with my mother as well.
Oh, that's
so I would take my clients on the side just to make extra money, just to do things for him too, because he does so much for me, and I'm so used to having my own money. I don't want to. And not only that, I don't want him to know every time I'm doing something or every time I'm spending money or something. I'm used to having my own money.
Right.
Now we share everything. So it was a process. It was a growing process. It was a learning process. It was an adjusting process. Now our business is much more successful, so it's easier. But there was a point where it was like depressing for a second. Like I cried every day. Like I just, I want to hold on to my independence. But that's another thing, when you are starting to build a life with someone and you're starting to share everything, I don't know if it's this way for women who are not so independent, but it's like you try to hold on to your independence because you want to be this strong woman and you still want to be independent and have your own things. But it's like I'm starting a life with him and everything is together now. Like it's a scary moment. Like I'm not married. Do I just jump in? Do I just let a lot? Yeah. And
is it important to you to get married?
It wasn't at some point, but now, yes, it is, because now I do share everything, and I'm a grown woman now. Maybe once upon a time in my life, I didn't care about marriage. Now I think differently because like I just said, like I share everything with my man. So it's just, there was a process where I kept trying to hold on to my independence, but now, I'm a businesswoman and I do share everything with my man, and I've learned to just focus on me because I can't focus. I will never be able to move forward with becoming one if I keep trying to focus on being
one by yourself.
One by myself. Yeah. And it's just, like anything, it's an adjustment period. When you're growing as a person, you have to learn to let go of your past and walk into your future.
And one of the most important things before you could be successful in a relationship with somebody is to be successful on your own.
Right. And I was successful on my own, so it was so hard to just
let
go. You got to give that
I feel
up.
you. It's hard.
You worked hard to become successful.
It's a sacrifice.
Yeah, and it's like letting go of everything that you worked for.
But it's not really because you needed that in order to be in that
to grow. And he's
with
just like,
else.
He's like, yo, like I'm doing this for you so you can be better. And I'm just like, but
don't
be better by myself.
Right.
I don't need you. Better by myself.
I don't need you. I got a doll.
I'm a movement by myself.
Named Gabriel.
But I'm a force when we're together. You know what I'm saying? Like he compliments me, and I've always been in relationships. I've always been in relationships where I try to level up my guy, and this is the first time I'm in a relationship where he leveled me up too.
Ooh, yes.
So it's like level up,
let me
level up.
upgrade
That is
you,
the
baby.
one. That is the one.
Yeah, that usually be the one right there, right?
He leveled me up as well. So yeah, I really appreciate him and I love him and I appreciate my business. And
we'll be at Upspiking in our vajay shows. Let's be clear. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to try to come so that the next time we come back, we can talk about our vajay shows.
Right,
and anyone who mentions lip service or follows lip service, and you can show me on your social media that you follow lip service and that you stream lip service, I will give you 20% off of your
wow.
That's
we pop in.
I follow lip service. Can I get 20% off?
I follow lip service too. Can I get 20%?
Angela, you have a comp account at lip service.
I gotta. I'm coming up to Upspot.
I gotta upgrade my life so I could be like more like Angela.
I got you 20%, baby.
Okay, 20%. Thank you.
Well, I get wax for free. I probably won't.
No, I'm bringing
wax for free, though.
Stephanie and Astra are coming to get a wax. I'm not playing with y'all.
We need to.
Avian needs one too.
I need somebody to hold my hand though.
I'm not gonna lie, my dude, he mentioned it the other day, like, babe, why don't you wax?
Yeah.
I was like,
Steph, you better not squirt on
I
her.
felt like got waxing him right in the face. I swear, there was probably steam coming out of my ears when he said that. He said, babe, why you don't wax?
Now that would be a nice present for him.
And that would be no sex for a week.
Like I was about to kill him, and I was like, why you
Go
asking
get
me
that wax pussy.
I said, why you asking me that?
Well, bitch, you fucking got a wax pussy.
I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about?
Why don't you wax your pussy?
Up spot, we gonna wax it, steam it.
But he came back. He spun me with a good comeback. He spun the shit out of me. He's like, what are you talking about? The only reason I know you shave is because you left the razor in the shower.
You like, that's for my leg.
You're like, that's not my razor. I shave my
whatever.
What about,
I think that's what I said.
But Astra, if you wax, you'll be able to take the dick more.
You know what? I'll try it.
She making that shit up like a motherfucker.
It's gonna slide right. It's gonna be so smooth. It's gonna slide.
You know that thing in Atlanta? I just wanted to ask her because I know you got the spot. You know that thing in Atlanta that they have at that temple thing where you sit on the pot?
Hip spa.
Is that
like a V-steam?
Is that like really legit a good thing to do?
And you can
It's
steam your
amazing.
vagina at home too. I always tell women that they should steam their vagina. If you have very bad cramps, it helps. It helps because, okay, as we age, the walls in our vagina, they get a little bit tough. Right, so when you
Not
steam,
tight, but tough.
like tough, like
bitches get it misconstrued.
Like beef jerky tough. Turkey jerky.
So when you steam your vagina, it rejuvenates the cell walls inside your vagina. So what happens is the steam will help to replenish your vagina, and your cells, your cell walls will shed. So for the first couple days, you may have a little bit of discharge, and it kind of looks like a yeast infection, but it's not a yeast infection.
Oh shit!
And it makes the inside of your vagina soft again, and it helps it to stay moisturized and stuff like that. So it's good.
All right,
And it helps tighten, and it helps with cramps. And
how do you do it at home?
if you have one of those,
You gotta get a crock pot.
Yeah, how do you do it at home? That's what. You gotta get a potty.
Good idea.
A potty.
Crock-pot.
Can she get a potty and just put hot water? Or can we get potties and just like?
if
I
you're
have
gonna
a
do it at
squatty
home,
potty in my bathroom. You know,
I do
you put
too.
your feet up like this, so when you
So you can poop better. I've seen that on the infomercial.
go and get a
like an old lady.
An enema?
no,
Oh,
it's not an enema.
colonic.
They give you that step, right?
Oh yes. They do give you the step in the squatty potty in the Bed Bath and Beyond.
When
but
you
could
want
get
to
it
steam your
when you get it
vagina at
colonic.
home, you boil a pot of water, but be very careful because it could be very hot.
Yeah, we don't want
So
that.
You boil a big pot of water, and you can wear like a long skirt. Something that will, keep
Catch the steam.
Yeah.
steam in. And once it cools down
And
just
squat.
a little bit, you would put the hot skirt over the pot and kind of squat over.
Don't try this while you're drunk. You might fall in
Please
the pot.
don't use that same pot for mac and
Videos
cheese.
on YouTube.
And then after that, you can make some rice.
You can use the same water to boil some pasta.
So wait, so you could come out with some hard-boiled eggs at the end of your squat.
Or spaghetti.
So you
know
can
how they
stand on
put
top of the stove
period blood
while
in
you're
the
making
joint.
your rice.
No,
All right.
but really, this it's a good thing. I do it all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
They
gonna
do
try.
it
I'm
in
actually up
Atlanta
for.
heavy,
I'm
like-
actually up for one soon. I'm going to be trying
up
to get
for
one like
one.
next week. Yeah,
I'm telling you,
I try to do
everybody
it like
do
at
it.
least every 2 to 3 months.
But Gigi, did you learn that from Atlanta?
Atlanta.
I'm telling you, everybody in Atlanta does it. Like all the girls, strippers, all that. They got the, what's it called? That house?
I guess we're going to
With
open
the
up
Jeju.
Spy Atlanta.
Jeju.
Jeju.
Up by Atlanta next,
Yeah,
baby.
I'm telling you.
All right, well, that is lip service, you guys. This was very
Give a JJ
informative.
special.
Shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
Potty.
This was the vagina special.
Yes.
We have the vagina whisperer here with us, Ashley from UpSpy. Also, my girl Astra, who's now at KTU. Congratulations for joining the
Thank you.
iHeart family.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
for
me.
joining us today. And of course, I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Stephanie Santiago.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
And I'm L'Oreal.
And I gotta tell you, we are doing another live
show.
episode of Lip Service at Highline Ballroom. It's going down February 13th,
13th.
right before Valentine's Day. Amara La Negra from Love and Hip Hop Miami will be joining us. Little Mo is going to be there with her husband,
Hello.
Carl. He'll be joining us right before Valentine's Day. Wax said he really wants to come back. He missed you, Stephanie.
Oh,
And we got
Wax
another
loves
special
us.
guest too, possibly.
Okay, we checking it out.
Yeah, and we were sold out last time, so make sure you get your tickets ahead of time.
And I just want to tell you, there was a lot of ladies there. So then there were
Oh,
some guys
hell
that,
yeah.
that were there also, but a lot of
ladies
women.
come.
Please, guys.
So guys,
So
if
for
y'all
guys-
don't have no Valentine, this is perfect
It's
time to
popping for y'all.
Find you a 2 or 3. Go starting lineup.
And those ladies were definitely feeling saucy, if you know what I
they
mean.
were.
Sexy and sassy.
I was definitely feeling saucy.
we
Lip
know.
service.